What's happening, YouTube? Johnny's gonna do some, how do I put this? Some cane for y'all. Some walking the earth. There used to be a television show, and most of you are probably gonna have to look this up. It was called Kung Fu. It had David Carradine as the lead, and he was this Shaolin monk, half breed, with long hair, in the cowboy and Indian days, walking around with no shoes on, carrying his boots over his shoulder, and he walked the earth, right? And it was his adventures. That television show, if you think about it, and whether you know the story or not, it closely mirrors the story of Buddha when Buddha disappeared and walked the earth. Ooh, Johnny might know a thing or two about a thing or two. What do you know about all that? Anyway, recent events with this young man and I, and this beef, and this explosive anger issue of mine that I recently went through. I spent a great deal of time reflecting on the situation and trying to draw from it as much as possible so that I can learn from it, so that it will benefit me, right? That what I just experienced and went through doesn't go to waste. This is very important to me, and please hear me out and try to sit through this with me. I think you'll benefit. When I go through situations in life, and there's been many, there's been very many. My last real hard spell, like what I'm going through right now, was when my mom died. My baby brother, who's dead now, he went off the deep end when my mom died. He got spun out on crack, was living in East Palo Alto doing some crazy shit. And I was bouncing at a bar and caught my old lady in another man's room. This other man was somebody I knew. And there was so much that went on back then. And when mom died, things came apart across the board. It's hard for me to explain to you just how many things fell apart in the late 90s for me. I lost my mom. I lost my career because my back was giving me a fit, and I walked away from the trade because the doc warned me. And then I lost weight and went back, and I fucked myself anyway because I needed a paycheck, right? I wore out my body for a paycheck. But anyway, so during that time back in the late 90s, lost my mom, lost my career, lost my wife, caught her in another man's bedroom. It was some pretty fucked up shit. And during that time, I got into Harleys, and I built my first Harley from scratch. Had an old friend who's no longer a friend, who I bought a frame from, a Softail frame, a carcass, because he built a Ron Sims bike, and I got his carcass, and I started there, and I built the bike from scratch. Didn't know shit. Had some help from some good people. Learned me quite a bit, and I've always been good with my hands, right? And I built the fucking Harley from fucking the ground up, right? And during that time was when Jesse James, the chopper guy, was blowing up, right? Late 90s. And his first special on television, I never forgot because of the subject matter. He had a shop with pit bulls, and two of them got into it, and one of them killed the other one, and it broke his heart. And him and his crew jumped on their bikes and rode to the fucking coast And when they got there, they're sitting there and they interview him. And dude asked him something like, you know, what are you thinking, or what's going on? What do you blah, blah, blah. And he just looked at him and goes, man, all I ever wanted to do was just live life. I don't give a fuck about all this shit, right? The chopper shit. He goes, I just want to, he's looking at the ocean, I just want to live life, right? Well, when you look at this, that's exactly what that says in negative. Live life, right? For me, it's got nothing to do with a Watson and a prison fucking thing, right? This had to do with my best friend owns a tattoo shop, and I said I wanted to live life. He says, well, let's do a negative. I was like, cool. End of story, right? I live my life my fucking way. Always have, because I don't have a fucking choice. My life is very different than anybody I know. Nobody I know has been through what I've been through, seen what I've been through, etc. And today, as I'm coming down from recent events with this individual and my anger, I happened to catch a clip, a suggested clip from YouTube, and it's this old biker, right? They always suggest this old biker shit, and I dig it, right? The old stuff, 60s, 70s, 50s, 80s, whatever, just old shit. I enjoy it, right? Culture, the way it used to be. And they're interviewing this cat. And he says, man, us bikers, we just want to live our life our way. We want to be left the fuck alone to live our life our way. Not be told what to do. We can live inside of your fucking constraints of your bullshit. We live our life separate from your world. As long as we don't fuck with you, don't fuck with us. I've always respected that immensely. Just leave me alone to live my life my way. And when I was a kid coming up in the foster homes, I always said, when I turned 18, I'm free to live my life my way, right? Problem was, living my life was a life of anger, right? The fuck did I know? I figured it out. Figured it out just in time. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be here making this video. I know that for sure. I can't predict what outcome would have been from my recent events and how upset I got because of my anger, because of my childhood, because of my life, and now I just want to live my life. And I'm going to. Where I'm moving to, in a matter of weeks, not months, but weeks, I will be living on a piece of property where I can live my life my fucking way. Just like that old biker said, man, to be left alone to live my life. That's what I'm gonna do. Me and my girls are gonna create a legacy that will be left behind after I'm dead. Just saying. So I'm gonna take my anger and I'm gonna leave it in California. And when I get to the Northwoods, I'm gonna live my life my way on my land. And the people that will be there because I invited them there, not because I was forced to live with them, forced to live with the foster home, forced to live in a neighborhood with people who I got no business living with. I get to live my life now. As long as I'm still here, right? My time's limited. I get it. So I'm a little anxious to get things done. Sometimes my patience has a lot to be desired, and I'm working on that. Same thing with the anger, but like I said, I'm leaving that stuff in California. I'm not rubbing that crap off on my new friends in my new home. It's a new life for me. And I'm leaving all this behind. Those are new people. They don't know anything about me. So it's fresh. It's clean. It's innocent. And where I'm going, it's old-fashioned. It's old-timey. You have no idea what old-timey is. For me to say old-timey, that says something. You guys have no clue what old-timey is. Do you know what it is to give up your seat? Just that term. Do you? I doubt it. Anyway, this is not a lesson in manners and courtesy. That shit your mama and daddy should have taught you. Or you should have learned it on your own if they didn't. Anyway, I'm in a philosophical kind of mood, right? Like I said, Cain walking the earth. Buddha doing his thing. Johnny O, same. Love me, hate me, I don't give a shit anymore because I get to go live my life. And I'm not going to allow situations, I'm not going to allow behavior of other people to fuck that up for me anymore, right? Not when I'm so close. It's like I was saying before, the devil, the angel, and God, and it's up to you to figure the shit out. Free will, motherfucker. Listen to who you want to. Just saying. I figured it out before it was too late. I got really close to fucking it up more than once in my life. But I'm managing. Better late than never. You know? Just wait. You have no idea. You don't. Maybe some of you do because you live on land. But for a city guy to have land, to understand what it is to be free, a free man, to grow food, to raise food, to hunt food. See where I'm going? I'm gonna have tree stands. A big 8-foot by 8-foot box, 10, 12 feet in the air on stilts. I mean, kind of sounds like a chicken shit way to kill something. If you ask me, I'm not a hunter. But when it comes to feeding my dogs or myself, you know, I got no problem getting up in a box and shooting a deer to feed myself, right? And they're all over up there. There's critters everywhere. Get this. I can hunt a wolf. There's too many wolves. They're eating too many deers. They're a danger to your pets and your livestock, so they put out wolf tags every year. I mean, I'm in no mood to go shoot no wolf unless it's a threat, but you know, the point is I get to go do old-timey. I get to hunt on my own land. I get to raise crop and critters to feed me and mine. Not to mention, I'm gonna have a sawmill, and I'll make sure the property that I buy has timber on it. Trees, that's what timber is, city folk. Trees that I can chop down, put through a big bandsaw, meow, 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 and turn them into 2x4s and go build shit with it. You think I'm fucking kidding? I'm not bullshitting, hardly. I'm gonna be a busy man in the spring, and hopefully I get some help. Otherwise it's slow going and it's small going, but that's okay because it's living life my fucking way. Can't nobody take that from me now. I'm almost there. As long as I can get out of this little fucking podunk town unscathed and get out of California to the North Woods, once I'm there, I'm golden. So I'm gonna be very quiet, very careful, very busy getting this spot dialed to get top dollar and bounce. There'll be updates. They'll be talking about all that. And in regards to my friends and family, whoever might see any of this stuff, holler at your boy before I leave town. Because when I'm gone, I'm gone. You reach out to me once I split, I'll be busy, man. I'll get back to you when I can. Right now, I got a little bit of time. You want to catch up? Let's catch up. Because I'll be gone soon. Anyway, wish you all the best. Go live life, man, I'm telling you. The old bikers had the right idea. So did the American Indians. Till the white man came in and fucked it up for them, right? Living in a teepee. You wait and see, motherfucker. You wait and see. Soon enough. All right. I rambled on long enough. Like I said, go live life. Have a beautiful evening. Love the ones that love you. Try to love those dipshits the best you can. They need it too. You know, just like this little person that wronged me recently. You know, you gotta let that shit go, right? You do. That was a big test for me. You know, he kicked me in the nuts when I was, you know, not ready for it. But evidently, I had enough of the fucking skills to get through, you feel me? Anyway, now I'm rambling. I made my point. Always with love and respect to you and yours. We'll talk soon. Peace.